There is a profound truth embedded in the very fabric of human existence. The love of a woman is an extraordinary force that heals and nurtures the soul. This is not merely a romantic ideal, nor is it a cliche. It is a cornerstone of human experience, a reality as old as time and as essential as air. To speak of this love is to delve into the essence of what it means to be human, to be vulnerable, to be cared for, and to be transformed by the sheer power of connection. The love of a woman is not limited to grand gestures or poetic declarations. It is found in the quiet moments, the unspoken understanding, and the steadfast presence that remains even in the face of chaos. It is the love that says, I see you, not just for who you are, but for who you are capable of becoming. It is a love that does not shrink back from your imperfections, but instead sees them as opportunities for growth and healing. It is a love that carries with it the wisdom of generations, the strength of resilience, and the tenderness of a heart willing to bear the weight of another's pain. Consider the words of Victor Hugo, who once wrote, "To love or have loved, that is enough. Ask nothing further." There is a deep truth in this sentiment, for the love of a woman has the power to be enough, to heal wounds that seemed unhealable, to fill voids that felt infinite, and to bring light to places that once knew only darkness. It is a love that nurtures not only the body, but the soul, watering the seeds of potential that lie dormant within us all, waiting for the right touch to bring them to life. This love manifests in countless ways. It is the mother who sacrifices sleep to soothe her child, offering comfort without expecting gratitude in return. It is the partner who listens with an open heart, not to respond, but to understand. It is the friend who stands by your side, even when the world seems to turn against you. Each act, no matter how small, is a testament to the transformative power of love that heals and nurtures. In our most vulnerable moments, this love becomes a lifeline. When life's trials threaten to overwhelm us, it is often the love of a woman that reminds us of our strength, our worth, and our capacity to endure. This love does not seek to fix or solve, but to accompany. It says, you do not have to walk this path alone. And in that companionship, healing begins. In that presence, the soul finds a sanctuary. But let us not romanticize this love to the point of stripping it of its humanity. The love of a woman is not without its challenges, nor is it immune to struggle. It is a love that requires effort, patience, and resilience. It is a love that sometimes falters, but always strives to rise again. It is not perfect, but it is real, and in its authenticity lies its power. For as Leonard Cohen famously said, there is a crack in everything. That's how the light gets in. The cracks in our lives, the imperfections we carry, become the very spaces where love does its greatest work. There is a quiet strength in this love, a kind of resilience that does not demand recognition, but continues nonetheless. It is the strength of a river carving through rock, patient and persistent, shaping the world around it without fanfare. It is the strength of a tree growing in adverse conditions, its roots reaching deep into the soil to find nourishment where none seems to exist. This strength is not loud or boastful. It is steady, enduring, and profoundly transformative. And what of the soul that receives such love? It cannot remain unchanged. To be loved in this way is to be invited into a process of healing and growth that reshapes the very core of who you are. It is to be reminded of your own worth, even when you cannot see it yourself. It is to be called to a higher standard, not out of obligation, but out of the realization that you are capable of so much more than you believe. It is to experience what C.C. Lewis described as being surprised by joy, a joy that comes not from the absence of pain, but from the presence of love. There is a lesson here for all of us, a call to recognize and honor the love that has shaped us, healed us, and nurtured us into the people we are today. Too often, we take this love for granted, failing to see it for the gift it truly is. But love, as Maya Angelou wisely observed, recognizes no barriers. It jumps hurdles, leaps fences, penetrates walls to arrive at its destination full of hope. To witness such love in action is to be reminded of its destination full of hope. To witness such love in action is to be reminded of its destination full of hope. To witness such love in action is to be reminded of its destination full of hope. To witness such love in action is to be reminded of its destination full of hope. To witness such love in action is to be reminded of its destination full of hope. So let us not merely be passive recipients of this love. Let us also strive to embody it, to offer it to others with the same generosity and grace that it has been offered to us. For love at its core is not a transaction, but a transformation. It is not something we earn, but something we are given. And in receiving it, we are called to give it in return. As Rumi so beautifully said, your task is not to seek for love, but merely to seek and find all the barriers within yourself that you have built against it. In the end, the love of a woman is a force that transcends words. It is a presence, a light, a truth that touches the deepest parts of who we are. It is a reminder that we are not alone, that we are seen, and that we are worthy of being cared for. It is a call to rise, to heal, and to become the best version of ourselves, not because we are perfect, but because we are loved. To honor this love is to honor life itself, for in its embrace we find not only healing, but the courage to keep moving forward. And in doing so, we come to understand that the love of a woman is not just a gift, but a miracle that heals, nurtures, and transforms the soul. The love of a woman is not merely an emotion, it is a force, an act of creation that inspires the soul to thrive. It is a love that transcends the superficial, reaching into the depths of our being and awakening possibilities we scarcely knew existed. This love does not settle for the status quo. It calls us to rise, to become more than we are, and to embrace the fullness of our potential. It is, in essence, the catalyst for a life well lived, a force that empowers, uplifts, and transforms. When we speak of the love of a woman, we must recognize its profound capacity to see not just who we are, but who we could become. It is a love that offers a vision of a better self, a self that is stronger, kinder, and more complete. This love does not shy away from our flaws or weaknesses. Instead, it acknowledges them with compassion and invites us to grow beyond them. As Goethe said, we are shaped and fashioned by what we love. And when that love is offered with the purity and strength of a woman's heart, it shapes us into something greater, something truer to the essence of who we were meant to be. This love is not a passive force. It does not merely exist in the background, waiting to be noticed. It is active, vibrant, and intentional. It challenges us to step outside of our comfort zones, to confront our fears and insecurities, and to strive for excellence. It is a kind of love that says, I believe in you, even when you don't believe in yourself. And in that belief lies the power to transform. For there is nothing more inspiring than being seen through the eyes of someone who believes in your potential, someone who refuses to let you settle for anything less than what you are capable of achieving. In its essence, the love of a woman is a partnership with the soul. It is not about domination or control. It is about collaboration and growth. It says, let's build something together, something meaningful, something lasting, something that reflects the best of who we are. This love becomes a foundation, a wellspring of strength and courage that we can draw upon when the world feels overwhelming. It reminds us that we are not alone, that we are part of something greater, and that our efforts matter. This love also teaches us the profound value of vulnerability. It shows us that true strength is not about hiding our weaknesses, but about embracing them, sharing them, and allowing ourselves to be seen for who we truly are. In doing so, it creates a space where authenticity can flourish, where the walls we've built around ourselves can come down, and where genuine connection can take root. As Brene Brown so eloquently put it, vulnerability is the birthplace of love, belonging, joy, courage, empathy, and creativity. It is the source of hope. The love of a woman invites us into this space, showing us that it is safe to be vulnerable and that in vulnerability lies the power to thrive. There is a remarkable resilience to this love, a steadfastness that refuses to waver even in the face of adversity. It is a love that persists, that endures, that holds on when everything else seems to be falling apart. It is the love that says, I will stand with you no matter what. And in that commitment, it provides a sense of stability and security that allows us to take risks, to dream big, and to pursue our goals with confidence. It reminds us that we are stronger than we think, that we are capable of overcoming challenges, and that we have someone in our corner who will always support us. This love is not limited to grand gestures or dramatic displays of affection. It is found in the small, everyday acts of kindness and care that often go unnoticed. It is the love that remembers your favorite book, that listens attentively to your worries, that celebrates your victories no matter how small, and that stands by you when you stumble. It is the love that sees the beauty in your imperfections and reminds you that you are enough, even as it encourages you to strive for more. And what happens to a soul that is nurtured by such love? It begins to bloom. It finds the courage to take risks, to face challenges, and to pursue dreams that once seemed out of reach. It discovers a sense of purpose and meaning that transcends the mundane and touches the eternal. It learns that love is not a weakness, but a source of strength, not a distraction, but a guiding light. As Antoine de Saint-Exupéry wrote, "Love does not consist of gazing at each other, but in looking outward together in the same direction." This love inspires us to look outward, to dream bigger, and to work together toward a future that is brighter and more beautiful than anything we could achieve alone. There is a sacredness to this love, a sense that it connects us to something greater than ourselves. It reminds us that we are not merely individuals, isolated and alone, but part of a larger story, a tapestry of relationships that give our lives meaning and depth. It shows us that our actions matter, that our choices have consequences, and that our lives are enriched by the connections we cultivate. It is a love that inspires us to give back, to contribute, and to make the world a better place, not out of obligation, but out of gratitude for the love we have received. But let us not take this love for granted. Let us not become complacent or assume that it will always be there, regardless of how we treat it. Love, as the poet Rainer Maria Rilke observed, is a task for each day. It requires effort, attention, and care. It asks us to show up, to be present, and to reciprocate. It challenges us to become the kind of people who are worthy of such love, not through perfection, but through authenticity, integrity, and a willingness to grow. The love of a woman is ultimately a gift. It is not something we earn or deserve. It is something we are blessed to receive. And in receiving it, we are called to cherish it, to honor it, and to let it inspire us to become the best version of ourselves. For in the end, it is this love that gives our days meaning, that fills our days with purpose, and that reminds us of what truly matters. It is a love that does not simply sustain us, it propels us forward, lifting us to heights we never thought possible. To be loved in this way is to be reminded of the beauty and potential of life itself. It is to feel deep in your soul that you are seen, valued, and cherished. And in that realization, you find the courage to dream, to strive, and to thrive. The love of a woman is not just a force. It is a miracle. And in its light, we become more than we ever dreamed we could be. The enlisted human spirit is a courage to live truly,